Perfect. So after greetings, let's record the class and share screen. Okay. You probably remember last class, towards the end, we had a speaking ability activity. And in this activity, we're talking about the public eye because we are on a different unit now on which we talk about celebrities, about popular people, about wishes, regrets. That's the grammar we're going to cover today. And that's the name of the unit, In the Public Eye. And we were working with the book Cambridge English Advanced, well, Objective Advanced. Okay, and as I said last class, this book is going to help a lot the ones that are preparing for the CAL, which some of you are. Okay, I remember I told you it was a good idea for you to, during the week, think, what test do you want? Most of you were debating between taking the CAL-EPT, the Cambridge one, or the IELTS, okay? The CAL or the IELTS, they're both Cambridge exams, but they're a little different as I showed you last class, and hopefully you took a decision so that, as teacher Mario said, we can send you extra materials to help you even more and can give you that special access to those preparation activities in the Cambridge LMS. So did you think this over during the week? Yes?
In my opinion, yes. I think I'm gonna go for the Kai that we talked about. I think it's better. I already find a school. In Monterey though.
Okay.
So I can make the trip over there. It's like about 4 or 5 hours, 4.5 hours, depending on traffic, to get over there. So yeah, I mean that's the closest one that I found. I haven't found any.
Very good. Alma, you're taking the Kai too? Gloria, IELTS, Constanza?
No, I changed my mind.
Change your mind?
Yeah, the thing is that, well, the following. I already hold a CAE certificate, but I did it like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And I haven't done any certification since. So I talked to teacher Mario, and I was going to do the IELTS because I want to try to get the CPE, well, the C2, because I already have the C1. But I think I am going to try to do the CPE instead of the IELTS to see if I can.
You're going for the C2 directly?
Yeah, I'm trying to do it. I was not sure, but I think I have enough time to prepare myself with this course. I think this is really helpful. I really like the class, so, and I'm going to study some vocabulary, and I'm going to see, I still have time to sleep on it. So
yeah, you still have time.
Yeah, so that's why I was going to do the IELTS, but you are right. The CP doesn't expire, so and the cost it's almost the same.
Yes.
So I'm a bit scared of doing it, but see, because I'm a bit rusty, I haven't had any preparation courses or anything, and I just did the certification for the CAB like 13 years ago. I have already checked my certificate, and it was like 13 years ago, so it's been a long
time.
Yeah, so let's see.
Very good, Gloria. Very ambitious.
But I'm scared. But since I already have a CAE, the only thing that is left for me to do is try to do the CP.
Very good. If you do pass the CP, you will be part of the 2% population in Mexico that holds a CPE. So ambitious, but then you can start charging more money in the schools you work for and all of that.
Yeah, the thing is that I already have a CAE, so I don't see the point of getting another one. If mine, I don't know, it doesn't expire, so let's see what happens. If no, that's okay. I already.
Don't worry, just study and make sure you tell teacher Mario so he can give you access to different activities.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell him because we had decided on the IELTS because there were no CPE schedule, but
Mhm.
now there are. I think now with the changes about the lockdown and everything, now there are new dates for it. So let's see.
That's good.
But thank you.
Constanza, you're welcome. Constanza, did you decide, did you make up your mind, or are you still considering choices?
I'm not decided yet. I think I would like to do Kai, but I'm afraid of doing that. I think I couldn't. I'm not. I think I couldn't. So maybe I can do the IELTS.
The IELTS.
I haven't decided yet.
As we said last class, the IELTS is going to give you, it's like an X-ray. It's going to give you the analysis of the whole level. Some people do that. Some people, when they are not sure, it depends on you guys, but when they are not sure, they say, okay, I'm going to do this one because anyways, I'll get a pass certificate. It's a no-fail exam because you are graded according to the level you have. And then you say, okay, now I can go for this other one. But it's up to you, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank
Just
you.
make sure you tell teacher Mario so that he can activate those activities, okay?
Okay, teacher, I haven't received any email about the LMS Cambridge.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
The rest of you guys have?
No, me neither.
Yes, they
I
told
did.
me that you
I-
have to.
I do.
No, I need it. You have to write to Miss Maru, something like that. That's what I did during this week. Write to Miss Maru, and she's gonna activate the DLMS with your. But you have to give your name and some personal information. That's
I
it.
already sent my personal information, but I haven't received nothing.
Then tell me who haven't. For example, let me write a list, okay? And I'll send it right now so that you can get it today or tomorrow. Okay, so Constanza.
Yes.
Okay, Constanza. Who else? Gloria? Alma, yes. Letty?
I already have it.
Okay.
It is about the extra practice. Yes, Miss?
Sorry?
It is about the extra practice, the viewpoint.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
I've got it. The teacher Mario told us that he was going to activate also the Kai,
Yes.
or it was just for Gloria.
No, for Gloria was the IELTS, but I think she already talked to teacher Mario. And for you, he needs to know what exam do you need, whether it's Kai, whether it's the IELTS, whether it's
because I thought
Gloria CPE.
it was going to activate both. Because I was starting to practice with the viewpoint, but I couldn't find the other one.
Okay, so let me send him that too. Okay, exam better. Practice on the test. Okay. Armando, did you get the access to the Cambridge LMS? Yes, Eric?
I have access just to activate the Kai study guide, I guess, or courses.
Okay.
Yeah, the same. I would like to have access to the Kai courses.
Okay, then let me write your name, Letty. Okay, who else do we have? Alma says everything's okay. Gloria, Areli, did you get your access to the Cambridge LMS? No? Okay, Areli. And did you make up your mind about which exam? Or still considering that?
Well, I
I have considered that the San Diego, but you are talking about the a Cambridge exam. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, it just last class I was asking your partners, and the vast majority said that they were leaning towards the CAE from Cambridge and the IELTS from Cambridge. That's why we started checking the differences between those two. But I also said there are many options: the San Diego State or the San Diego University exam. There's the Oxford. There's the EPT exam from the Center for Applied Linguistics. There's TOEFL, IPT, and some others. But whichever you want to take, it's a good option, as long as they,
Even I want to prepare for a San Diego, I can use another platform. That's what you say.
Let me find out. Yes, I think you can use any other platform, and at the end it's a C1 level, so no problem.
That's my question.
I'm going to ask if there's access to that exam. Maybe not, because it's from Cambridge, but anyways, you can use the activities.
Okay.
Normally the exams are very similar. They test the skills, they test what we've been checking, the formal language, the hedging, all of that.
Okay.
So let me say you need access to that. And Cristobal, did you get access to the Cambridge LMS?
Sorry, teacher. It was about the material that mentioned teacher Mario last class. It's
yes, the extra activities.
Yes, I have already access to the materials.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So very good. Anyways, I'll let him know about your needs and everything. Okay. So
Teacher,
yes.
Only one thing, I already have access to the platform, but it says that I don't have any products activated, so I cannot access to the activities.
Okay.
I don't know.
Then let me tell him that you do have access, but no products there.
Exactly. Thank you.
Excellent. All right. So talking about last class, as I said, we were starting this unit in the Cambridge Advanced Book Preparation, and then we continued with this activity, reading about about an interview they had with Michelle Obama. You probably remember. Do you remember? Is it fresh? Remember that I gave you a suggestion last class. I said, read again if you can on Friday at night to have it fresh on Saturday, because the first activities are on this. Okay, do you have it fresh, or do we read again really quick?
Can we read again, please?
Yeah, let's read.
Eric, you wanted to say something?
Can we read it again?
Okay, good. So let's do that. So again, I'm going to divide the paragraphs for you guys to help me read. So number one, I'm going to go in order, okay, of my screens here. Number one, paragraph one, Armando, from let me until right. Then number two, Eric, but until friend. Number three, Letty, but until south side. And then number four, 1, 2, 4, Alma, from and it is this training until two worlds. Let me give access to somebody, okay? Next one, Gloria, from and it was impressive until was on the next column. And next paragraph, it's going to be Areli, from you've seen the crowds until structure. Then Cristobal, from and you've gotta until trying to. Well, until him, and last paragraph, Bere, exactly to differently. Okay? All right, so let's read this again, and then we will do the activities. First, we'll start with oral activities, then we get into the grammar and grammar exercises. Okay, so let's start, please, Armando.
Okay, change is an emotion, it's real work, an organization, and a strategy. Let me ask you about when you first met your husband. Before you were married, the two of you worked at the law firm together in Chicago. And I read when he first asked you out, you said, no, thank you, not wanting to mix business with pleasure, right?
But then he invited you, but then he invited you somewhere and your view of him changed dramatically. Why was that? And what happened? Well, we were friends from the start because I was his advisor, and my job was to welcome him to the firm. I took him out to lunch, and immediately I liked him because he didn't take himself too seriously. But he was very right. Um, had a very interesting background, just a good guy to talk to. You know, you could laugh endlessly with him. So I was like, this is a friend.
Letty?
But then he asked me out on a date, and I thought, well, my advice. I don't think that looks right, but he invited me to go to one of the churches because he had been a community organizer and worked on a far south side with a group of churches. And he took me to the training season that he was giving, and there were mostly single parent mothers, mostly African Americans on the south side.
And in this training, he was talking about concepts like the word as it is and the word as it should be, and how the job of ordinary people is to try to narrow the gap between these two ideas. And to see him transform himself from the guy who was a summer associate in a law firm with a suit, and then to come into this church basement with folks who were like me, who grew up like me, who were challenged and struggling in ways that I never would. And to be able to take off and suit and tie and become a whole another person and connect with people in the same way he had connected with folks in the firm. You don't see someone who can make that transition and do it comfortably and feel comfortable in his own skin to touch people's heart in the way that he did, because people connected with his message. And I knew then and there, because you see people who can live well in corporate America, they can wear that uniform well. They can't make the transition and vice versa. Barak lived comfortably in those two words.
And it was impressive, and his message was moving. I mean, it touched me. It made me think differently about what I am doing with my life and how am I adding to the notion of getting us to the world as it should be. Am I doing it in my law firm? So he made me think in ways that I hadn't before. And you were smitten after that. I thought I could hang out with this guy. I was impressed. I really was.
You've seen the crowds, the way they embraced your husband. Some commentators have used the word messianic. Do you ever wish that the whole movement wasn't so over the top for some voters? Barak and I talk about this all the time. We talk about it before the decision to run, because when you are really trying to make serious change, you don't want people to get caught up in emotion, because change isn't emotion. It's real work and organization and strategy. That's just the truth of it. I mean, you pull some people in with inspiration, but then you have to roll up your sleeves and you've got to make sacrifices, and you have got to have structure.
And you've gotta, you have to have support and you have to have interest to move things forward. So we do think about that all the time. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we try to laugh at ourselves to sort of keep all this excitement to a reasonable level. That's why I teach Barack about putting away the socks and, making sure he's putting away the butter. It's not that, I'm trying to.
Emasculate him. Exactly. The point is that Barack, like any leader, is human. And our challenge in this country isn't finding the next person who's gonna deliver us from our own evil, because our challenges are us. The challenge that is country faces is how are we as individuals in this society gonna change? What are we gonna do differently?
Okay, thanks everybody who helped us reading this. I remember last class I mentioned this, but I want to repeat my words, and also Arely wasn't here. So after observing and reading this, you're probably thinking, well, the language is not that formal. Yes, it is not that formal. And I ask you, have you ever heard Michelle Obama speaking when she's giving a speech? Have you ever done that?
No.
She's usually really formal, but it depends on the situation. As you know, last class, we were looking at this unit in the book, and we discussed what kind of magazines these are. So here comes something very important. Although we have been checking the use of formal language, no contractions, you can probably see she's using contractions here, and she's using some very informal words. Why? Because you have to have something we call appropriacy. That means speaking in the right level of formality, depending on the situation you're in. If she's giving this interview for a gossip magazine, it's not the same as giving a formal speech as the first lady of the country, right? This is why you will notice the language, okay? It's not that we are contradicting what we've checked before, no, but it depends. This was for a gossip magazine, for a fashion magazine, okay? That's why. Before we start with the activities, I want to check some words that are probably interesting or that I think maybe they will be new for us, like the expression, the expression to be comfortable on your own skin. Okay, have you heard that expression before?
Yes.
Yes, Eric, what's the meaning of that?
It means that you can feel yourself, you can be yourself around that person, around that group of people, and you don't have to hide anything or pretend to be somebody else because you're so comfortable that he accepts you the way you are.
Exactly. And I believe it's paragraph 4 when she's talking about the duality and the difference she was able to observe in her husband, which is one was the corporate suit guy working for a law firm, very formal, and the other when he was talking to people that are more like us, common people. Okay, and she said it was two very different worlds, but he was making that transition and he was, comfortable in his own skin, meaning he was relaxed and confident, and he didn't have to pretend to be anyone else, as Eric was saying. That's the meaning of that expression, okay? The definition, I can read it to you, says, displaying relaxed confidence in clear understanding of oneself and oneself's abilities when presenting oneself and interacting with others. So it means you don't have to be fake. You don't have to pretend you're okay with who you are. You act normal, okay? Another, it's on the second column. She's the very, very first line says, and you were smitten after that. Smitten. What's the meaning of that word? Do you know?
In love?
In love.
Like when you start to fall in love with someone and you get in love.
Exactly. Thank you, Gloria. It's when you start feeling in love. You are falling, actually, that you are in that phase. Okay. Very good. What else? I saw one more. I'm looking for the other word, but roll up your sleeves. Roll up your sleeves. Okay. Areli, you are nodding. Do you know the meaning of that expression?
No, when I read that paragraph and I was thinking while I was reading, what's that? That's why I was saying.
Sleeves
Isn't
are,
it?
let me, okay, these are the sleeves, for example. And in this case, normally the expressions are not literal, but this one, it's a little bit literal. So it means to do this. Okay, if I'm going to clean my house, then I have to roll up my.
That you are preparing to do something.
Exactly.
When you maybe that you have a problem and then you have to handle it. So that's why you are rolling up your sleeve.
Yeah, that's a way to see it. And here they're saying, well, he's the president and he's like God for some people, but at home, he's human. So sometimes he needs to do this and get the job done. Okay, so that's.
It could be like poner manos a la obra in Spanish. Like you start doing like
Very similar to that
what
one.
you have to do.
Exactly. Eric, you also wanted to give us a comment?
Yeah, I was gonna say like how like get ready to work or get to, to do something, an important activity.
Exactly.
In a way.
Like as Gloria said, she gave us the equivalent in Spanish. Constanza, you're raising your hand.
Yes, teacher. What was the second the second one that you said? The phrase that you said?
Snit.
Smitten?
Smitten.
Oh, to be in love? To start falling in love?
Yes, that one.
Let me put in the chat, Constanza.
Thank
So
you.
the expression is just smitten or it's with verb to be?
Well, here they're using verb to be because it's about the past. You were smitten. Yes, you use because it's working like an adjective.
I am
So
smitten.
I'm smitten.
Okay. And Miss, could you repeat the first one? I didn't catch the first one. The first expression you said.
What was the first expression? Let me check. It was
I was looking.
to be comfortable.
To be comfortable in his own skin.
Let me write it on the chat. To be comfortable on your own skin.
Oh, yes, please, Miss. I couldn't find it. To be and what does that expression mean?
That means to act in a relaxed and confident way when you are interacting with other people. I mean, you don't pretend to be somebody you're not.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome. Okay. Very good. So after clarifying these words, let's continue with the activities. Okay, we're going to do activities 3, 4, and 5. If you have the books there, if not, I have the activities here. I normally add them to the PowerPoint of this book, the blue one, the Cambridge Advanced Objective, page 23, activities 3, 4, 5. So let's continue. The first activity, we're going to be talking and discussing what we read, okay? So there are not exactly right or wrong answers, but we need to choose the best for these questions. The first activity, we're going to do them together, and the others, we're going to use the breakout rooms, okay? Give me just a second. I rescued a dog last night, but a baby, a puppy, and she's making a lot of noise. Give me a second.
Yes.
That's cute. That you rescue a dog, a little puppy.
Look.
Oh,
so cute.
He was all alone outside and it was raining.
Oh,
Let me
baby.
take downstairs, just a second.
Nice.
I don't like dogs a lot, but that's pretty.
Yeah, those dogs are big.
Yeah. How many dogs have you got, Gloria? You have lots.
Yeah, I have 7.
7.
Oh my God.
God.
Yeah,
But
but
no worries,
some
I
of
have-
my dogs are rescued dogs, and I wasn't able to find a home for them, so I kept them.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a big problem. Here in Mexico City, you can see lots of stray dogs, and it's really sad. So whenever I can, I get them. And you can hear them, they are playing.
yeah.
I
They
have
are
10 in
always making noise.
my parents' house.
Have you got dogs, Eric?
Yeah, I have like 10 dogs. Well, I
Really?
don't have them with me. My parents has them.
Oh,
But like when I go visit my parents, there are like 5 in one side of the patio, and there are 5 in the other side of the patio. So
Wow.
it's like
I just have
a
one.
bunch of dogs.
And
Just
that's-
one.
I can probably give this puppy to Gloria because she loves dogs.
Exactly. That's what
My babies are crazy because they want a dog, but I think that it's a lot of work. I have 2 babies and I have enough work.
It is a lot of responsibility.
Yes,
Yes.
that's why.
It is. It's like having a newborn when they're puppies. And it's crazy because I already have a dog and I didn't want another one, but Letty knows it's very cold here and it's rainy. And I thought, oh, it's going to die. So I had no choice.
Plus, it's cute. It's a cute dog.
Yeah, but I travel a lot and it's difficult. But my son, he was like, oh, it's crying a lot and it's raining and so I think somebody abandoned her just outside the door because she wouldn't move.
Oh.
So the weather it's terrible, and I said, okay, let's take the dog inside. But now, well, we're going to be talking about wishes and regrets, so probably I'm going to regret this very soon.
Topic of today, the new puppy.
Yeah. All right. So let's do. Sorry for this interruption, but let's start doing the first activity. Okay. As I said, no right, no wrong answers. It's just discussion questions, all together activity. In your opinion, guys, what did Michelle like about Barack as a friend? What do you think? You have 3 options.
Mm.
He has a
Yeah,
light.
light-hearted
Hearted
attitude.
attitude.
Okay, that's another interesting expression. What is the meaning of light-hearted attitude?
That he has sentiments for others.
Okay. What other meaning do you
Like
think?
he's
Maybe-
appreciative.
It's like a body human dictionary.
Okay.
And maybe like that you strike people as a good person, as a easygoing person.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, easygoing, light-hearted. It's considered an adjective, and it means it means cheerful, joyful, happy, merry. That's the meaning. So it's a synonym of cheerful and joyful, which is alegre. His light-hearted attitude. Okay. Yes. Based on the interview, she really liked that he had a light-hearted attitude. So B is not the most appropriate, but what is the meaning of upbringing? Just to get more vocabulary, upbringing.
That he
Achievements?
Achievements?
no, that he
Yes.
encourage people.
His
Oh.
education.
Yes, upbringing means 2 things, okay? It can be the way a child is raised, which is crianza, and also talking about education, literally educación, his upbringing, okay? So it might be 2. Okay. but she never said he was always talking about his upbringing. So it's number one, okay? Number two, how did she feel at first when he asked her out? Based on her comments, how did she feel at first, the first time he asked her out on a date?
Confused.
Okay. Eric thinks confused. Anyone else?
Unsure?
Maybe unsure.
Maybe
I
unsure.
would say,
I think that it's let to be
yeah.
because she was discussing about mixing love with work, so that's why she was not able to decide, right?
Exactly. She didn't know if it was the right thing to do because, you know, mixing work and pleasure, it's not always the best idea. And they were working together, which is normally a bad combination. Okay, very good. Ask somebody out, you know the meaning, to ask somebody on a date, right? Thrilled, what's the meaning of thrilled? When you say, oh, I'm thrilled.
Very, very happy.
With a lot of
Excited.
fear? With a lot of fear? Oh, okay.
Yeah, excited. This is like a false cognate. Sometimes because of the song Thriller, we think fear, right? But it's the opposite. It's super excited, super happy, super excited. Okay. Number three, where did they go on their first date?
On a training session in a
church.
Letter A.
Very good. Letter A, on a training session in a church. Excellent. And number four, what impressed her when they first went out?
B. He was
B?
a adaptable person.
Okay.
Isn't he was adaptable?
Yes.
He was adaptable. And I think in this one in particular, it's a little bit of all of the answers because she was impressed that outside the law firm, he was talking to people like you and me, to ordinary people, and he could explain concepts. And that at the same time, it's a community project. And then he was adaptable because he felt comfortable in his own skin. So this one in particular, it's like a little bit of three. Okay, perfect. Any words that you want to check? Checking words and in these kind of activities is very important because one of the differences between B2 and C1 is the use and vast vocabulary you have. Okay, any word that you want to check? Nope.
no teacher.
Okay, now we're going to be working in breakout rooms. Okay, remember speaking. It's a very important part. Whichever exam you take, as I said last class, if it's the IELTS, if it's the Ohio State University or the CAE or the San Diego, all of those exams, because it's a C1, you will have oral interviews. And we need to make you feel comfortable in your own skin, okay? So sometimes we're so used to talking to friends and coworkers. Now you're getting used to talking to other people you don't know in person, okay? Your classmates, but it's okay. Okay, you need to get comfortable on your own skin. So I'm going to send you to breakout rooms and we're going to discuss activities 4 and 5, and I'm going to be joining, as usual, the breakout rooms. Please, when you see me there, just ignore me. It's my time to be observing and listening to what you say, monitoring. Okay, that's my role when we do these activities. All right, perfect. So just accept the breakout room, and please, since we cannot share in all of the breakout rooms, take a picture of these words, of this activity, sorry, 4 and 5. Tell me when you're ready so that we can discuss it. Daniel, welcome. We're about to start an oral activity in a breakout room. So you will be sent to work and discuss some questions with your partners, okay? How many are we? we are, let's see.
We are 11, right?
11.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay. So first breakout room, Alma, Areli, Armando, and Carlos Daniel. Second breakout room, Constanza, Cristobal, Eric, and Gloria. And third breakout room, Letty, Mildred, and Bere. Okay, there we go. Daniel, can you please join your breakout room to start the activity? Hello? Daniel, are you there? Hello? Hello, hello? Daniel, can you hear me? I don't know whether you're busy or having audio issues. If you are having audio issues, can you write on the chat and let me know, please? Hi guys. Sorry, I closed the breakout rooms. And are you done with the activity? I saw one team, they were discussing the final question. What about the rest? Were you able to finish the activity?
We're on the final question as well.
The final question. Very good. So about activity number 5, I would like to hear 3 opinions. Alma, what do you think it's like to be partner or spouse of a famous person?
We were discussing that it could have advantages and disadvantages now, but one of the disadvantages is related to the privacy. That if you want to have time with your husband or your wife and your family, sometimes you don't have that space. So some problems related to privacy, but on the other hand, it could be a positive thing, because if you have the power not to reach people, maybe you can use that power for a positive thing, not to transmit positive messages or something like that.
Okay, very good, very good. Anyone else has an opinion on this, Aurelie? What do you think it's like to be the spouse of a famous person?
Yes, we were discussing about this last point, because not only the way you help or you support your husband or your partner. In this case, we know real cases of models or artists that are spouses of important people, and then they use social media to influence. They are like influencers, or they are important people in the artistic way, and then they are not only a nice face or a beautiful face. They have to give, they have to use the power of social media and the way they reach other people to give a good influence to other people, to help, because they have the power, no?
They do. They do.
Yes, they have the power to help other people, not only to take a picture for Instagram. I think that they need to really embrace the causes or embrace the people to help.
Exactly, and they have the power to influence people's thoughts a lot. Did you hear about what happened with Cristiano Ronaldo and Coca-Cola during the week?
Yes.
That's the best example.
I actually, after the dip, I actually bought some shares.
You bought some shares? Because
Yeah.
the price went down quite a lot.
I mean, only went like a dollar and a few cents, but it's a
Yes,
difference.
the price of the share, yes, but Coca-Cola lost a lot of money because of that single gesture.
Yeah.
But I think, sorry, but I think that it's a mistake from Coca-Cola, because in several occasions he have already manifested, well, where he has already said that he do not consume Coca-Cola or sodas. He doesn't like that his son likes Coca-Cola or sodas. So if you are talking about this, and Coca-Cola is a brand with a different beverages, yes, they have water of Coca-Cola's brand. They have Cielo, or I don't know, and maybe they can use their brand, but for the purpose that they want. They want to make marketing, but they want that Cristiano open a soda and drink it. He's not going to do that, but maybe a water of their own brand, that would be helpful.
Yes, maybe somebody didn't give, the brands and popular people, they have people that give them advice. So maybe they didn't give them enough advice on this, because they should have known better, as Aurelie said.
That's right.
But this is an example of how influential can popular people be. Okay, excellent. All right, so question number 2, what do you think of the way Michelle answered the interview's questions? What do you think, Gloria?
I think, as you said at the beginning of the class, she wasn't that formal, but she answered I think really deeply, because she gave details and she was describing how they met and all the situations. but in a level that the readers of that magazine could understand, because her words were like really casual and like if you were talking to a friend.
Exactly. Very good. What other questions would you have asked if you had been interviewed, Cristobal?
Well, I have no idea at the
Have
moment.
no idea?
I have no idea what other question I could ask. But maybe I could ask for doing good things for all the people. Maybe I could ask something like that.
Okay. What about you, Letty? What other question would you have asked?
I will ask, how do you teach your kids how to handle, to be in, what is the expression, to be
Okay. Okay, that's a good question.
in the public eye?
Yeah, because those kids have to behave differently all of the times. Very good. Mildred, any other question that you would have asked?
I mentioned while I was talking to my classmate that I will ask about how long were they dating.
How long they were dating? That's an interesting personal question. Very good. Excellent. So thanks for doing this activity. As you saw while I was joining, and in some cases, I got the chance to explain some of your questions. Very good. Let's continue the activities now. But after the oral part, we're going to be talking about the grammar part of this lesson. Okay, the grammar part of this lesson is to express wishes and regrets. Okay, do you still see my screen? No? Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Perfect. I don't know what happened. All right, so this is, as I said, the grammar part, wishes and regrets. What is a wish? What's a wish?
Something that you
A
expect in your life.
desire.
A desire.
Okay. What's a regret?
Something that you wish you hadn't done.
Exactly.
Something you hadn't done. Okay, something
oh,
you
no.
regret from doing.
Something that you are not proud of having done.
Having
Like
done. Exactly. So everybody has wishes and regrets. We all have regrets, right? And there are special grammar forms to express this in English, okay? Let's learn about this. Number one, normally we use the verb wish, okay? We use the verb wish to express long desires, okay? And this is a very common situation because we always wish for something to be different than it is, or different than it was, or wish for something new or different to happen in the future, okay? It's important to mention that our wishes for the present are for things that are unlikely or impossible sometimes, because there are very big wishes and there are smaller wishes. Okay, so if you wish to get a higher position within the company or to get a raise, that is something you can, I mean, it's doable. Okay, if you wish to win the lottery, well, I mean, the probabilities vary. Okay, so, and our wishes for the past, those are always impossible. Why? Because the past cannot be changed. So it is different to express wishes for things in present than it is to express wishes in the past. We need to use different grammar for those, okay? Let's talk first about wishes about the present and the future. Important, we cannot use a present tense verb with I wish, okay? Wishes for the present or future use a past tense verb, okay? Or a modal verb with an infinitive. Okay, so these are like the conditionals. All right, so when you say I wish, the main verb goes in simple past or a modal verb with an infinitive, okay? And when we make a wish, we change the form of the verb that we're using from positive to negative or vice versa. You can use both, positive, negatives. There's an example. Letty, can you please read the example?
Yeah. I'm poor, I don't like this, and I want to be rich. To express this as just example or everything?
No, everything.
Okay. To express this as a wish, we can say, I wish I wasn't poor, or we can change the adjective and say, I wish I were rich.
Exactly. That's what I mean when I said you can use negative or positive. But check, I wish, and then we use the simple past, I wasn't, okay? Or I was rich, okay? But simple past. Is this part clear so far?
Yes, teacher.
Good, okay. Any questions or can we continue? Can we continue?
Yeah, we can continue, teacher.
All right,
Wait,
let's,
wait, wait. I have a question.
yes.
So this example is for a present situation, right?
For a present situation. Even though it's for a present situation, you have to use your main verb in past because wishes are unrealistic most of the time. Since they are unreal, like the second conditional that it's unreal, that's why we use the simple past.
Okay. Get it. Thank you.
All right.
Please, and you mentioned that we can also use infinitives.
Yes.
Could you give me an example?
We can use infinitives, but not just infinitive like that. When
Not
you
like, I wish to have more money. No.
Okay, I wish to have, you could say that. Or if you use a modal and an infinitive, it would be something like, I wish I could buy this.
Okay, without two. So it's infinitive without two. All right, got it.
Well, that, to be more precise, it's an infinitive, but it's called bare infinitive.
Bare infinitive.
The
okay.
bare infinitive is without two. It is still an infinitive, but without two. It's an important observation, what Beth is saying, because the infinitives always take two. But the bare infinitives, you omit two. Okay?
Thank you, Miss.
I wish I had a new car. Yes.
I wish I had a new car. Yes.
Or okay.
Or I wish I could buy a new car. I wish I had, it's correct too, and you're using it in past. Okay?
I wish
There
I
is a
could.
sentence I listened to in a movie I watched 1 year ago. The sentence was this is about Shooter Island. I don't know if somebody watched this movie.
Ah, yeah, Shutter Island.
Yeah. In the end of the movie, when Andrew discovers he's crazy, the psychiatrist says, "I wish I could let you just live in your fantasy. I wish I could." That's an example with modal verb.
Models.
I wish I could, exactly. And you can use it with any verb. I wish I could let you live in your fantasy, okay? Or I wish I could help you, but I'm so busy today.
Oh.
That's an excellent movie. If you have the time, Shutter Island, very good.
Very good movie.
What's the name of the movie?
Shutter Island, let me put it on the chat.
It's on Netflix, Shooter Island or La Isla Siniestra in Spanish, and you can change the movie with captions.
Is the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Yeah? Ah, yeah.
Kingsley and
Michelle Williams, right? Yeah, I think I...
Yeah, I think
It's an excellent movie. Yeah. Very good. Wow, Daniel, you have a really good memory. You remember a sentence of a movie you saw a year ago. Wow, congratulations.
Actually, one of my favorite movies. I tried to learn the whole final dialogue of the movie. For example, you are violent, trained, dangerous. You are the most dangerous patient we have. 2 weeks ago, you attacked George Noyce. And then DiCaprio says, of course I didn't. Give me one reason why I will even touch him. And the doctor explains why. And that's a real good movie. I like one of my favorite.
You memorize dialogue. You really love it. It's like my son when he's telling me the dialogues of Shrek. Excellent. Very good. Now, this is wishes about present and future, but let's take a look at this. When you make a wish also about states, okay? What is a state? This is when you make a wish about possessions or to change a state. For example, a state is being tired, being hungry, being poor. Those are states, okay? And we have different ways to express this, okay? But all of them, all of my examples, check, we're using I wish and past, simple past, okay? Let's read the examples one by one, okay? Number 1, Alma. Number 2, Eric. Number 3, Mildred. Number 4, Constanza. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, Areli. And last one, Cristobal.
Okay, it says number 1, I wish I was rich. I'm not rich. This is a wish relating to a present state, not an action.
Exactly, okay? So we can use wishes for actions. I wish I had more money. I wish I won the lottery. But also for states, the state of being rich or being poor. And it's still the same verb in the past, okay? Second example, please. Who was assigned the second example? Don't remember?
Bere, you say, right? No?
No, but I can say it, miss. No.
Okay, better.
I was mentioned. Okay. I wish I wasn't here. I'm here. I wish relating to a state, not an action.
Very good. Okay, next one.
I wish I knew.
Mildred, Eric. Okay, Mildred first.
Okay, I wish I knew what to do. I don't know what to do. I wish relating to a state, not an action.
Very good. Okay, I don't know what to do. I wish I knew what to do. Next one, Eric.
Me.
Oh, who's next?
Me.
Eric was number 2, I think.
Okay, Constanza, then Eric, and then the last one was Cristobal.
And me, I was number 5.
Then someone of you was number 2. Okay.
Okay, I wish I had her phone number. I don't have her phone number. I wish about permission, not an action.
Possession.
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 Mm-hmm. Very good. Next one. Who was next? Eric?
5, number 5.
You didn't
No.
mention
Okay.
it, right? No, it wasn't me.
No.
I was 5, but you say Eric now.
Okay.
So I go.
Yes.
All right. So I wish I lived in America. I don't live there. I wish relating to a state, not an act.
Very good. And final one, Cristobal.
I wish I didn't smoke. I smoke. I wish relating to a state, being a person who smokes.
Okay. Being a smoker, it's a state. Excellent. So as you can see, we can express 2 things. Wishes relating to states, wishes related to actions. The same thing happens. I wish and verb in past. Verb or auxiliary in simple past. Okay, is this part clear? Okay, now let's practice with some examples, wishes relating to actions. When they relate to actions that are performed by other people, we use wish with would and an infinitive. Okay, now we're changing this. Okay, check. If the wish, it's about an action for yourself, then no problem. I wish I could buy a car, or I wish I had a new car, no problem, because the wish is about yourself. But when the wish is related to an action performed by other people, then we change things a little bit. We combine wish with would and an infinitive, okay? And if the action is for yourself, you can use could instead of would, okay? if the wish is for opportunity, ability, capacity, or permission, again, you can use could. Let's check some examples to clarify this. Please remember your number, okay? Alma number 1, Areli number 2, Daniel number 3, Letty number 4, Armando number 5, and Gloria number 6.
Okay, number 1. I wish he would stop talking. He never stops talking. A wish related to an action.
Excellent. Now, this is an example of a wish about an action performed by another person, not yourself. This is why we don't use could. When it's about a third person, we use would. I wish he would stop talking, not he could.
But
He
if you
would.
say, I wish he could help me to study.
Yes, grammatically you could say that, but it's more common to use would. When you refer to an external person, it's more common to say, I wish he would help me study.
Okay.
Could is more for capacity or ability. And would help you is not a capacity. It's something they would do for you.
Okay.
Okay, number 2, Arely.
I wish it would stop raining. It is raining and it won't stop.
That's precisely my thoughts today. I wish it would stop raining. Excellent. Number 3.
I wish he wouldn't leave his clothes on the floor. He does leave his clothes on the floor.
Very good. So I wish he wouldn't leave his clothes on the floor. Excellent. Next one.
I wish I could swim. I can't swim. I wish related to ability.
Check the difference here. In this one, the ability, it's for an ability or capacity, we use could. Okay, and it's for yourself too. So I wish I could. No, I wish I would swim. I wish I could. Okay, next one.
I wish I could remember her name. I can remember a wish relating to ability.
Final one.
I wish I didn't have to go to work today. I must work. I wish relating to permission, ability, etc.
Okay, very good. Is this part clear? Just the differences. Remember, could is for opportunity, ability, capacity, permission. Okay, and the other is more something they might do or you want a person to not do with would. When it's for, as the first line says, when it's performed by other people, use would. Okay, and the bare infinitive. Excellent. Any questions?
Miss, we can use other verbs. In the last one, we didn't use could, we just didn't have.
Yes, because remember, must and have to are almost the same. You can use must and have to for obligations too. Yeah, and you can use other verbs too, because this would be very similar to second conditional. In the second conditional, you can use any verbs as in the first example. The first examples we check.
Okay.
Okay, I just wanted you to check the differences between would and could. In some occasions, it's more natural to use would, in some others could. Okay? And important to talk about repeated actions which we don't like. Okay? Repeated actions we don't like, we use keep and ing to emphasize the repeated or continual nature of the action. Okay, example 1, I wish she wouldn't keep talking about her children, meaning she constantly talks about her children. Okay, so when the person repeats the action a lot, to add emphasis, use wish, would, keep, and ing. Okay, is this part clear? Okay, let me see who. We have 3 more examples. Ber number 1, Armando number 2, and Cristobal number 3.
Okay, Miss. I wish he wouldn't keep talking about her children. No, I'm sorry. I wish he wouldn't keep parking his car outside my house. It's inconsiderate. He always does this.
It's inconsiderate. Very good. Okay.
I wish she wouldn't keep shooting. I am not deep. She always shoots. We can also use always plus verb infinitive for a similar meaning.
Okay. Let's see the example of one for similar meaning. Cristobal?
I wish she wouldn't always shout. I'm not deaf.
Okay, very good. So do you see the similarity? You're saying the same. I wish she wouldn't keep shouting, I'm not deaf. Or I wish she wouldn't always shout, I'm not deaf. Okay?
And in this structure means always we're going to use wouldn't because it's something that we don't like.
Yes, it's something you don't like. Okay? All right. Any question here? No? About wishing for something you don't like? Nope. All right. Let's continue now with wishes about the past. Wishes about the past. Okay. When we talk about wishes about the past, it's usually because we have a regret. Okay? Having said this, we all have mistakes. We all have regrets. Things happen that are not perfect. And we often talk about these things and wish for things to be different. When we speak about things that did not happen in the past, but which we wish were true, we use this structure. Okay? We use I wish, subject, had, and verb in past participle. So had and verb in past participle, what grammatical structure is that?
Past perfect.
So we use past perfect here, exactly. Okay, let's consider the following ideas, okay? We have 2 examples, okay? Mildred number 1, Constanza number 2.
I went to university in Oxford, but now I regret it. Cambridge is a better university.
The next line too, please. We can say,
I wish I had gone to Cambridge University.
Exactly. Okay, the first is the situation. The situation is I went to Oxford University. I regret it. Cambridge is better. That's why I regret it. So my wish about the past is I wish I had gone to Cambridge University. So check the structure. I wish and had and past participle. Okay. Second example, please.
Manchester United lost to Barcelona in the Champions League. I wanted Manchester to win. We can say, I wish Manchester had beaten Barcelona.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Do we understand this part? How we use wishes in the past?
Miss, just a question.
Yes.
All of them wishes and those things that we have already checked, it's with the personal pronoun I? Or can I also say, my father wishes?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I hadn't gone to that party.
Exactly. My father wishes I had gone to Cambridge University.
Okay. And wish is always in present.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome. Okay. Now about vocabulary, notice this is not about wishes. Notice how we say Manchester United lost to. We don't say, because I have heard students saying lost with Barcelona, and it's not with, it's lost to. Barcelona. Okay.
I have one question, teacher.
Okay.
I think about these two cases. For example, if I say I wish I had gone to the party, what I mean is desearía haber ido a la fiesta. But if I want to express deseaba ir a la fiesta, I have to use wish in past tense, in past form. I wished I had gone to the party.
No, in this case, you don't use it like that. It just, Spanish is more vast and it has more structures and a lot of conjugations. But the way we wish in English is basically this, with the different conditional. As you can see, this we cannot say this is a conditional because it doesn't have if or whether, but it follows the structure of the third conditional.
Okay.
Because the third conditional we use if and this structure.
I think we can say I wanted to go to the party. Quería ir a la fiesta.
Yes,
I
you
wanted
can say that. I wanted to go to the party. And it sounds more natural, yes. Okay. And sometimes the problem is how we're thinking of the translation in our heads. Imagine that you're reading a book that is narrating a story. And I'm going to say this in Spanish, okay? Because we're thinking in Spanish for this. So the book says, y ahí estaba yo deseando haber ido a la fiesta. So how would we say that in English? And there was I, wishing I had gone to the party. Wishing, okay? You can use the ing too, okay? But again, some structures are very different on English than in Spanish, okay? All right, so far, questions here? Questions so far? No? All right, okay, let's put this into practice. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do some activities to practice what we have checked on wishes related to the reading we have about Michelle Obama. Later, I'm going to focus on wishes about the past. Why? Because wishes for the present and these structures are easier. Sometimes it's more complicated when we mix with past perfect tenses. So later I'm going to practice this part. Yes?
Okay, can you go back to take a screen from?
Yes, where?
Yes, that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So as I was saying, later we're going to mix these are wishes, and we can also, wishes and regrets. We can also express regrets with if, okay? So that comes later in the class. So first, let's do these activities, okay? These questions are on page, if you have the book, on page 24, okay? If not, the activity is here. This is going to be an individual activity, okay? Instructions, look at this question from the interview, then complete gaps 1 to 7 with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. The sample you have, do you ever wish that the whole thing wasn't so over the top? Wish and wasn't. So that is what we were practicing, okay? So please, let's do 1 to 7 as an individual activity. And please raise your Zoom hands when we're done, and then we will check together.
Teacher.
Yes.
Are these exercises from any of the books?
Yes, the same book.
Okay.
The Cambridge Advanced Objective.
Thank you.
Page 24.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I see 2 people have finished. Have the rest of you guys finished or need a little bit more time? More time. Okay. So Bere, Carlos, let's just wait a little bit, okay?
We have to finish both exercises, right? Just the first one?
I think just the first one. Or both? No.
I don't know.
Miss Nasi said just do from 1 to 7.
Okay.
And according to my mathematics, it's just the first.
I didn't listen to you.
That's
I
why-
didn't do the math, sorry. I was like, what?
I just finished the first exercise.
Okay, I go with the flow with you, Betty. So just the first one.
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
We were wondering if we need to finish just the first one or both exercises.
No, just the first one.
Thank you. We finished.
We were right, Gloria.
Yeah.
Okay, can we continue now?
Yes.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Me, yes, I don't know. Wait.
The majority of the hands are up. So number 1. Okay, let's check number 1. Can you please read it, Cristobal?
So,
Can I
Yes.
yes. Do you wish you would meet me earlier?
Do you wish you would? Not exactly. Anyone with a different answer?
Had met.
Had met. Yes. Do you wish you had met me earlier? Okay, correct. Number 2. Who wants to read number 2?
Me, Areli.
Areli?
I wish I had more time to spend with my family, but I haven't.
I wish I had more time to spend with my family, but I haven't. Do we agree? Okay, very good. Now here, the book answers, because you know the book has an answer key, says you have 2 choices here, and both are correct. You can say, I wish I had, or I wish I could have, depending on the situation. but both. Okay. I would have said what Arely said. I wish I had. It's more direct. Who wants to read number 3?
So it's pretty much.
Yes.
So this pretty much, Miss, depends on the context of the question.
Yes, it depends.
On the statement, I mean.
That's true.
Okay, yeah, because I could have.
Yes, it depends on your context. Number 3, who wants to participate?
May I?
Daniel, okay?
Okay. I wish we had informed you about our decision, I'm sorry. I repeat.
wish we had informed you.
We had informed you of our decision.
Okay, do we agree? Or any other answer?
Isn't it singular? Could it be?
Could it be could inform?
Could inform, not exactly in this case. Somebody asked about singular. Singular what?
I instead of we, no?
I
Could
instead
it be
of
I? Uh-huh.
I wish.
I
wish I could inform you of our decision. What do you mean singular? Of my decision?
Could it be?
I wish I had informed you. That's what I wrote too. I wish I had informed.
Yeah, that's what I
of
wrote
our
too. I wish.
decision.
See.
I think that's what singular means, right? That I instead of we.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring
I
to.
instead of
Exactly.
we.
I had the
Okay, I got it. Because I was like, what singular do you mean? Okay, correct. There's another way to say this, but it's a little bit more odd, okay? I wish I had informed you. It's totally correct. Or the book also says, I wish to inform you of our decision. It is grammatically correct, but in uses, it's more natural to say, I wish I had informed you of our decision. It's a regret in this case, okay? Number 4. Who wants to read number 4?
me, Eric.
Okay, Eric.
If I only, I mean, if only that could be true.
If only
If
that
only that.
could be true, okay?
I wrote if only that was true.
If only that was true.
And I put wasn't true.
I put wasn't true too.
It depends on the situation too, right? The
Yeah.
book gives one answer. If only that was true or were true. Because remember, we use the subjunctive case, the subjunctive form with if, okay? So you can use were, which is more natural too than was. But honestly, it depends on the situation. If you say, if only that could be true, it's also correct. Again, depending on the situation. Or wasn't true. If only
I
that
hope.
was true.
And
yes.
wasn't it also correct?
Yes.
I hope these questions are gonna be easier on the exam because it depends on the.
It depends on the context. I know. Don't worry. The exam is usually more direct. Okay, next one, number 5.
Me, Arely.
Arely.
If only the photographers had given us a bit more privacy.
Yes, if only the photographers had given us a bit more privacy. Okay, there's another way to say this. Do you have another answer?
Gave us.
Would give.
Would give.
Could be gave.
Would give. Because we're talking about another person, not yourself. If only the photographers would give us a bit more privacy or had given us a bit more privacy. Okay? Those are the two
I have
right
a question. Can I say if only the photographers gave us more privacy, a bit more privacy?
Yes, you could, using the conditional, second conditional too, okay? Again, depending on your situation. Number 6.
Teacher, if we say had given us, is we were talking about the situation in the past, and maybe
Yes.
Carlos is talking
Exactly.
about as a desire or a wish.
When Carlos says, if only the photographers gave us more privacy, you're talking about the present. Imagine you were
Right.
there with a person and photographers there. So you say, oh, if only the photographers gave us more privacy. But depending on the situation, if it's a regret about the past, if only the photographers had given us. Mhm. Okay, very good. Number 6.
Me, Gloria.
Gloria.
I wish you wouldn't keep asking such personal questions and finding it embarrassing.
I wish you wouldn't keep asking.
Asking.
Yes. I wish you wouldn't keep asking such personal questions. And then you said another?
No, I'm finding it embarrassing.
Okay. Very good. This one is correct. Any other choice or
Could it
option?
be good and ask?
Wouldn't ask. It can be wouldn't ask. Or wouldn't be asking. Yes.
Yeah, because I wrote both. Good and ask or
Keep
wouldn't
asking,
be,
sorry.
couldn't keep asking.
Yes, both.
Okay.
And if it's a regret of
Teacher,
something that happened in the past,
I
you
wrote
can say-
hadn't been asking.
yes, you can say hadn't asked.
Hadn't asked.
Hadn't asked.
I wrote, sorry, hadn't asked.
Yes.
Asked.
Again, this depends on the situation. If it's about something that already passed, hadn't asked. If it's happening, or if it's happening, you can say wouldn't ask. If it's happening in the moment. And if it's something that happens repeatedly, glorious. Wouldn't keep asking. There's 3 different ways to see it depending on the situation. Okay. Number 7.
Me.
Okay.
If
Yes, Vera? Vera, I think your video froze. Hello, Vera? Do you hear us? Oh, that's bad timing. It froze right when you were. Yes, Vera, are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, I didn't hear you for a while.
Oh, yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thank you, Miss. If only I knew what it would be like before it started this job.
If only I knew what it would be like before I started
It
this
could
job.
also be if only I had known.
If only I had known. Yes, those. Again, depending if it's present, if it happened before, etc. Okay, so see, this has a lot of variations. Okay, now, now you know it's depending on the situation. The time we have a little time before the break, so let's just do activity 3. Okay, I give you 2 minutes to only do activity 3, and then we check. It says write the correct form of start. Okay, you're raising your hand, Eric. Eric, Areli, Alma, very good. Let's just give your partners a few, like 1 more minute. Okay, almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Cristobal done, right? Okay, so let's check. The majority have finished. Armando, please read number 1.
It's time for us to start the interview.
Start. Do we agree?
Yes.
Correct. The first one is with an infinitive. It's time for us to start the interview. Correct. Okay. Alma, can you please read number 2?
No, teacher, I don't know. Number
You
2.
don't know that one?
No.
Okay. Who wants to read number 2?
Me, Bere.
Better.
I'm not sure, but it's time we start the interview.
Start in present.
Yeah.
Started. It's time we started
Had
the interview.
started. Had
Time we
started.
started the interview. Okay.
Had started.
Had started.
Have, you can say it's time we started the interview.
Started.
Started. Why? Because with
past?
that, you are implying it's already time. Okay. It's about time to do it. So each time we started, it's tiempo de que comenzáramos. Remember, the verbs in the past give you that conjugation in Spanish we normally look for. Es tiempo de que comenzáramos.
Teacher, I have a question.
Mhm.
In one of my writings, I wrote, it is time former students got this benefit. And you marked it as incorrect.
It's time for my students, what?
Is time former students got this benefit? Is it the same grammar?
I'm trying to remember your writing. I would need to go over because English depends a lot on the sense. I think you were saying that alumni should have some benefits, like still that they could still go into the library or something like that.
Yes, I wrote it's about time former students got this benefit.
I think it's a different use because it's not exactly a regret, but send me the picture again because it depends on the context to tell you this, okay?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yes. It's similar to activity number 1, that it depends on the context, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. You're welcome. So for the next activity, we're going to do this after the break, okay? So I'm going to give you your minutes. It's now 11:01, so I'll see you at 11:31 so that you don't say I'm stealing a minute of your lunch, okay?
I want my minute back.
I know. In this case, you're not teacher, you're student, so you're demanding your minutes. So I'll see you back here, okay? Try to be on time because sometimes we're waiting for people and like, okay? It's not polite for those that are punctual, okay? But at the same time, I want to do the activities all together, so try to be punctual, all right? So see you in a few minutes, guys. Eat something.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.